Morai Rabotai. My name is Avraham Rachamim Sofer from Brooklyn, New York, with congregation Yeshivat Shiru LaHashem. I have made a recording yesterday, and I have pointed out in many instances the difference between various viruses that have stricken this world just recently, within the last 12 years. Many people didn't understand what I was implying, what I'm trying to say. The difference between the swine virus, the influenza virus, the flu, the corona flu. Some reason in America, unfortunately, just from January 1st till today, there are over 9,000 deaths from influenza virus. And I had to point it out in my recording yesterday that corona flu has been deemed by many a magefa, and I have proofs and proven, and in a discussion you will see that there is no such a thing that this could come even close to a magefa. According to Chazal, magefa has to be only healthy people dying within a short period of time and instantaneously, and almost, look at Masechta Ta'anis Yutet Amud Aleph, describes to you what a magefa is. And Chazal, I pointed out yesterday, also taught us what happens if there is a true magefa, where healthy people dying in the streets. And obviously Corona is not such an instance, even though many branded, and I pointed out that it's troubling me. But the reason of this recording is not to chas v'shalom, to go on that again. My point was very simple, is that there is a big fear-mongering going around amongst the community, amongst the politicians, amongst the media. And simple reason why it's all being fear-mongering, that I claimed already a week ago in my lessons. This is all fear-mongering. This is not that something that we should take to heart and to be very scared. And Baruch Hashem, yesterday, we eat here, Rabbi Litterman, somebody sent me a video about how he describes what I was talking about more in detail. When you fear-monger people, where there is nothing, out of nothing, they could make people die for nothing. And he describes where there was a Yid met a Malach HaMavet, and he tells him, where are you going? He says, I'm going to a city to kill 5,000 people there from a magefa. Within a couple of days. A few days later, all of a sudden they discover there was not 5,000 deaths, there were 15,000 deaths. A little while later, the Chacham met the Malach HaMavet, and he tells him, why did you lie to me? You told me 5,000, why did you kill 15,000? The Malach HaMavet said, I did not kill 15,000. Those 10,000, they died on their own because they were afraid. The point that I was trying to make, fear-mongering is dangerous. Steps that we take that Chas v'Shalom could prolong or greater the fear-mongering. Closing yeshivot, closing shuls, closing restaurants, closing all the activities in public. It is purely fear-mongering that could cause a lot of death. And at Horaya we see it's causing a lot of death. The Jewish nation has only one protection only. The protection is yeshivas and shuls, davening betzibur, tefillah betzibur. I pointed out the Chazal and Gemara time knew very well the transmission of diseases from mouth to mouth. They knew it very well. How yet, when they said there is a true magefa, if there is a true magefa, this coronavirus is not nowhere near a true magefa. It's not a magefa. Unfortunately, facts speak for themselves. Only older and sick people die. That's not something to take lightly. People die, it's unfortunate. That's another reason I believe that there has been a big hype about it, because we forgot in this world, people die. The world is meant, kol hayelodim lamut. Logically speaking, It doesn't make sense. The whole situation in America and around the world. Logically speaking, halachically speaking, it's all wrong. Closing the yeshivas, closing shuls, it's wrong halachically. Not even Rabbi Akiva Eiger b'atzmo b'chvodo b'atzmo. When there was a cholera, Magefa cholera, people died instantly within a short period of time, the same day, people dropping from cholera. Even he did not dare to declare close down the shuls. Even he made rules, sit one after the other, spaces in between, social distancing. He was so careful not to close down the shuls in the true Magefa. A lot of Rabbonim in our times have been misled. Corona flu is just that. And why are they being misled? And I'll tell you how the entire thing is a panic for naught. Here I made a chart. Today in the morning I woke up, I said, Eibishter, please help me. Give me a solution that I could maybe explain to people better what I'm trying to say yesterday. You see in this chart, according to the immigration of America, immigration records, Corona, or more better, Chinese people have been visiting anywhere between 50 to 60,000 in the USA every day, coming into the entire United States of America from China. Some say about 10,000 from Wuhan province come to America on a daily basis. In China, the coronavirus spread in December. Some say late November already. They had all the emergencies that you see, actions that were taken starting from December already. Let's say, in this chart that I just showed you, one Chinaman from Wuhan who had a coronavirus came in. The latest scenario, January 31st. And that Chinaman infected, obviously he's not coming to pleasure, he's coming to do business. If he's coming to do business, he's meeting with 5, 6, 10 people maybe a day, maybe even more. Groups of businesses, investors. If he infects, according to this chart, of 1 to 3, and everybody tells us the coronavirus, it is dangerous and it spreads like fire. I believe it. I'm not knocking it. The only problem that I have, according to that calculation, if you one Chinaman infected, the best case scenario, January 31st, 3 Americans in that day. And those 3 Americans, the coronavirus spreads very fast, corona flu. Those 3 spread another 3 the next day. That's already 9. Second day, 9. 6th day, 729. According to that calculation, 1 to 3 every day, at least. According to my calculation, according to that chart, by February 18, the 18th day of spreading, February 17, 18, 50, if at 15th day of spreading, February 16, we said there's 43 million people. Multiply that times 3. The next day, that's already 130 million. The next day, it's already 387 million. So February 18, there would have been 387 million Americans infected with corona flu, already infected by corona flu on February 18th. Can you imagine that? How many deaths were in America within 2 weeks of that time? Nobody heard of it. In the beginning of March, the government decided, and the liberal leftist media decided to make a lot of noise about corona flu around the whole world. What does it play here? Logically speaking, this is all hyped up and it's not real. But with all that said, I am not here, chas v'shalom, to degrade the situation. The situation is very simple. The Chazal tell us to listen to your Rabbonim. No matter what you think, if they're right or wrong. I personally believe that the Rabbonim have been misled by doctors and been pressured by government officials. And so our Rabbonim, who we are supposed to love, and we know they love us back, we must abide by what they tell us. We must abide by what they tell us. We must stay home, away from everything. For whatever reason, beautiful reason, Hashem has Rachamonas on us. He loved us while we were in yeshivas learning. He loved us when we were in shuls davening. And He always will love us staying at home with the tefillin, davening, learning, spending time with family, and Be'ezrat Hashem, only good things will come. What I just outlined to you, logically, nothing here makes sense. Corona flu is not even close to be severe as swine virus was. L'tzarenu Rav, Corona flu is not even close to the current, I call it Magefa, Influenza virus, current Magefa that killed already 9,000 people minimum in America, no matter what age, from 7 days till the 120-year-olds. Everybody dies from influenza virus, which is in the gather of Magefa. Yet, Corona flu is not even close. But beautiful Chazal tell us, Iftach bedoro keshmuel bedoro. If the Chachamim of our time took all the information, they know all this is hype and all fake. I promise you, all the Rabbonim, I'm not going to start mentioning the names, you know who they are. They all know it's all fake. And they all know the facts I'm telling you right now. It's all been hyped. And chas v'shalom there have been people who are through hype die, as we discussed earlier. A lot of people will die through hype. It's not a first day, unfortunately. History is, Baruch Hashem, very long. Morai v'rabotai, I'm making this recording to thank Hashem for giving us a seichel, for giving us understanding that even though we know that this is wrong to close down the yeshivas, we know it's wrong to close down the shuls, but there are Rabbonim who are in charge of this world today, and they tell us we must do it. We close our eyes, bend our heads, and say, Hodu ladonai ki tov, ki leolam chasdo. And Hashem should accept our sitting down at homes, our bunkering at home away from the communities outside. Be'ahava u'bikdusha, the same korban that He accepted from us for the past 2,000 years, sitting in yeshivas and learning, coming to shuls and davenings. He should accept us, the Klal Yisrael, accepting the Chazal, accepting the rabbis of our generation, telling us to stay home. Please, if you can, spread this video to everybody you know. It's a bracha. It's a bracha that we, Am Israel, could listen to Talmidei Chachamim, to Rabbonim, who direct us. And even if we're not happy about it, I apologize if I have offended anybody from my previous recording. I did not have any intention to do so. Please accept my apologies, and please, let's get all together at home. Let's go all together behind our Rabbonim, and Hashem will have a Yeshua for us. B'krova memera, b'yameinu, amen.